Hey, my name is Jen. Thanks for joining me today. Today's going to be a beginner jump board. Have not been on the jump board before. This will be a great class for you to come back to. Honestly, I have not been on the jump board since August. I had an inflamed hip and was not allowed to do it. So this is basically, I'm going back to basics to build up my heart rate and to get back moving and to get strong again from what I missed from the jump board. So again, if it's new or you just need to start somewhere, this is a great flow to start. We are going to be starting on 3 heavy rings just to warm up. I do have a couple of props here. They are not necessary for the class. I do have a ball or a yoga block because we will be doing side lying jumps. So for your head, and I always jump with a magic circle in case I feel like I need it. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I like to have it near me in case I feel like I need to stretch out my hamstring. So with that being said, if you have a ball, go ahead and grab it. Our first section is just going to be an ab warm up with the ball. And that is all we're going to be using the ball for, except for a pillow. So once you're ready, 3 heavy springs, and I'll see you on the reformer. So lying down on the reformer, you have those 3 red springs on. You're going to have that ball in between your inner thighs if you have the ball. If you don't have the ball, you just have your legs together. From here, all I want you to do is I want you to draw those abs in, relax those shoulders, squeeze that ball ever so lightly, and draw your legs up into tabletop. Now from here, all I want you to do is squeeze that ball and bring your knees closer to your chest, come into an imprinted spine, and then rock it back into that neutral spine. So squeezing the ball, rocking, just tilting your pelvis towards your nose, and then bringing it back to neutral. Just warming up those abs, getting ready to work, drawing in for that imprinted spine, and squeezing away, finding that neutral spine. Again, squeeze those knees closer to your nose. Exhale it away. So again, just working in your range of motion when you feel you go into that neutral spine and you go into that imprinted spine. Last 3 here, squeezing as you rock back, squeezing as you come back to neutral, keeping those abs drawn into that spine. Next time your legs come to that neutral spine, hold it there, squeeze that ball, raise those arms up to the clouds, tuck your chin towards your chest, slowly curl yourself up, keep that tailbone heavy, reach those arms towards the jump board, squeeze that ball, take an inhale, exhale, roll it down. Inhale when you get to the bottom, exhale, roll it up. Think about keeping those hips glued to that carriage mat, keeping those knees squeezing onto that ball. Inner thighs are activated here, keeping that chin pulled in towards your chest, reaching those arms long. Last 2, curl it up and reach for that jump board. One more here. Curl yourself up. I want you to hold it up. Reach those arms long. From here, keep those palms down. Reach that left arm closer to that jump board. Reach towards that jump board. Bring it back to center and reach to the right. So just a little bit of lateral translation here. Your ribs are sliding from side to side as you move your hands down towards the jump board. Last 2. One more each side. Beautiful. When your hands come back to center, slowly bring those hands up. You can bring that head down and bring those feet down to the jump board. Please go ahead and make sure that your headrest is flat. From here, I want you to go ahead, bring your heels towards that jump board. If you still have that ball, keep it in between your knees. If you do not, just keep your knees squeezing together. From here, we're going to go back to that pelvic tilt where you tilt that pelvis towards your nose. Now from here, I want you to slowly articulate yourself up, squeezing through that ball, coming up. Now you have a big range here. So take your time, come up in that range, squeeze those abs, squeeze those glutes together, wake up that back body. Take an inhale at the top and slowly articulate yourself down, one vertebrae at a time. Taking your time, you have a lot of range. So use that range to your advantage here. Beautiful. Find that neutral spine, tilt that pelvis back towards your nose, squeeze that ball as you articulate yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Remember, this is your workout. You may work faster than me. You may work slower than me. You do what feels right for you. Trying to melt each vertebrae as you press into that carriage mat. Last two. Next time your bottom comes down to that carriage mat, bring it all the way in. Go ahead, bring yourself back into that bumper if you moved away. Now from here, you're going to go ahead, shimmy away from those shoulder blocks. Legs are coming to tabletop. Now from here, you're going to drop them over to the left. Keep that opposing right shoulder down on that carriage mat. Squeeze that ball. Exhale as you come to center. Inhale as you drop them over towards the right. Keep that left shoulder down. Exhale as you come up to center. So hopefully getting a few spine pops here. Last one to each side, feeling that range get deeper as you get warmer. Beautiful. Once your feet come back up to center, go ahead and place them back on that jump board. Beautiful. You can go ahead, you can take that ball out. You can go ahead and lift your headrest up. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pillow because I like my headrest up. You can drop your straps into the well right now. We don't need them right now. We're going to come right into footwork here. So we're going to find the tips of our toes at the top of the jump board. We want our feet to come and be planted on to that jump board. So your big toe, pinky toe, and your heel. Now from here, I want you to go ahead, take a big deep inhale. On your exhale, I just want you to press that carriage out and resist yourself in. Now, I only want you to come in as long as you can keep your heels in contact with that jump board. So I don't want you to come in and lift the heels at all. The heels need to stay flat right now, trying to work into that ankle articulation. So going in for a deep squat, pressing through those heels. Knees want to be pointing straight up to the clouds. Abs are being drawn in. Remember, all 3 contact points are flat on that jump board, just bending and pressing here. Last 3. Next time your legs are out long, hold them there. Now from here, I want you to releve up, lift those heels like you have a small high heel on. From here, come all the way in on those toes. Push yourself out, keeping those heels lifted. Shoulders are relaxed. Last 3 here. On that next one, when you come all the way out, hold yourself there. I want you to click those heels together. Now drop those heels. Heels stay glued to that jump board as you press yourself in and resist yourself out. So again, think about squeezing through that inner line, squeezing through those hips, those glutes, those hips wrap around your glutes as you press yourself out. Trying to keep the heel pressed down at all times. Last 4. Remember, only come in as far as you can keep those heels down. On this next one, when you're extended long, hold it there. Now lift up on those toes, keep those heels connected, bend and press here. So now you're squeezing through those inner thighs, lifting up at those quads, releasing it in. Last 4. On this next one, go ahead, come all the way out. Beautiful. Bring your heels back. Bring your balls of the feet back to parallel. I want you to drop the heels, come all the way in just so you can keep your heels down. Roll up onto the ball of the feet and push yourself out. Drop your heels, bend your knees all the way in till as far as you can come in without your heels popping up. Roll to the ball of the foot, push yourself out. Drop the heels. So working into ankle articulation, also toe ball heel as you come in. Dropping those heels. Last 4 in this direction. Next time you're out, I want you to hold yourself there. Keep your heels lifted. Come all the way in. Drop your heels. Push yourself out. Lift the heels. Come in. Drop the heels. Push yourself out. So just reversing that motion. Everything else is relaxed. Feeling your legs just ankles warming up, getting ready to jump. Everything active. Last 2. On that last one, when you have yourself out, hold yourself there. Come up to the balls of those feet one more time. Just pedal it out here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Come up on those toes. All right, just before we get started, one set of single leg work. You're going to go ahead, bring that left leg to tabletop. Right foot is on that bar, on that jump board. From here, you're going to go ahead. You're going to press that carriage out and resist it back in. So single leg press here. Really watching how you come down to that full extension and then resisting it back in. Squeezing every muscle in your body as you extend that leg out, resisting it in. Last 4. On this next one, when you come in, come all the way in. Let's switch our feet. Left foot's coming down, right foot's coming into tabletop. Single leg press here. Finding that full extension, softly bend, getting down into that joint, not banging down into it. Last 3. Excellent. And on that last one, come all the way in. Beautiful. Bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a rock. We're going to go ahead and we are going to roll our ankles in each direction. And we are going to come on up, get ourselves ready for a spring change. Okay, so our first set of jumps are going to be our heaviest jumps of the day. They are going to be 1 red, 1 blue. It's going to be our heaviest jump. So once you're ready, headrest can stay up. That is fine. We're going to get into our first set of jumps here. All right, you're going to find your feet on that jump board. Remember, keep your toes up high. We're going to keep our feet together here. All right, so all I want you to do here is just bend and press. Feel the weight of that carriage. This is also called your home base jump. So this is your basic home base jump. Anytime you just feel like you need a break, you come back to this home base jump. So when you're ready, all I want you to do is just go ahead, start hopping off. So what you want to think about is squeezing those legs together, pointing those toes. Okay, you also want to try to land your heels like toe ball heel, but you want to do it lightly. So keeping those abs drawn in, legs are moving together, one big leg here. Keep those ribs from splaying. Arms are supporting you. So usually I like to go about a minute, minute and a half, little break in between, and then we pick up again. So really not letting the heart rate come down through our jump set, but giving us breaks in between. So we're going to do about 10 more jumps like this, and then we're going to jump in Pilates V, which is going to be our heels together, toes separated in 5 more jumps. When you're ready, click those heels together. Now you're jumping in first position. So squeezing those inner thighs together as you jump away. Also feeling those abs as you keep your feet up high. If you want to land softly on the jump board and you want to try to get the heels down at all times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just breathe. That's the most important thing with jump. We're going to breathe. Okay, we're going to have a foot change in a second. We're going to do 6 more in this position. And then we're going back to parallel, but we're going hip distance. Last 2 jumps. Now come to hips distance. Beautiful. Toe ball heel. Keep those abs drawn in. This is the last set. We'll take a little break after this. Keep those legs high, abs drawn in. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Come on in. Just bend and press. Don't stop moving. Just bend and press. Little break here. Breathe it out. Get your breath. You don't want your heart rate to come down too much. We want to keep it up. Another 10 seconds here. All right, we are going into hips distance apart. Back to that home base, but hip distance. So when you're ready, you're going to start jumping hip distance apart. We're going to turn it into external rotation. So let's do a few more here. Get back into that jumping. And in another 3, we're going to rotate those toes to the corners. Heels are not going to be connected. They're going to be hip distance apart. So when you're ready. So I like to call this neutral V because it's not really wide. It's just hip distance. So you want to point those toes. You want to try to land high. You want to try to drop those heels every time. Ten more here, and then we're going back to that neutral position. Last 4. Beautiful. Bring it back to parallel. Hips distance. Keep those abs drawn in. Keep those legs shooting high. Keep trying to get those heels down. We're going to go back to that home base jump. That's one big leg. So on your next jump, bring both legs narrow. Jump together. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Little break after this. We got one more set. And then we'll go into something else. Last 3. Beautiful. On the next one, come in, slow it down, press it out and bring it in. Just take a mini break here. So you just want to keep moving. Give yourself a moment, try to catch your breath. If you need water, grab it. All right, so we got another about 10 seconds here. We're going to turn our toes. I'm going to turn mine towards the left. You can turn yours whichever way you want. Legs are together, one big leg. When you're ready, we're not alternating. We're staying to this side. So when you're ready, just jump away. Legs together, point and land. So I found this is the best way and the quickest way to build up your endurance with jump classes is you do intervals within an interval. So I find I just make an interval within an interval. And you can jump for a longer amount of time. You got 4 more jumps here for 2. Then we're going to rotate, bring the legs to the other side. Just jump them to the right and stay on the right side. Squeezing those legs together, keeping those shoulders back and relaxed, keeping your toes high on that jump board. You got 8 more on this side. Then we're going to alternate from side to side, and we're done with round 1. Three, 2, 1. Jump to the left and to the right. Just alternate here. Remember, you can slow it down. Doesn't have to be a power jump. You control the jump. For 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Back to home base. Bring it in and give yourself a moment. Drop your knees from side to side. If you have that magic circle, this is what I love it for. Grab it, stretch that leg. And then same thing on the other one. All right, take a moment. We are going to be grabbing our straps behind us. So we are going to have to come up and grab our straps. So once you're ready, go ahead, grab your straps. And then once you have them hung on the loop, you go ahead, lie yourself back down. We do not need that ball. From here, you're going to go ahead, grab your straps behind you, find your legs, find your arms into those short loops or long loops, your choice. Arms come up to the clouds. Now we're on a red and a yellow, so a little bit lighter here than normal. I actually like it lighter. So from here, when you're ready, bring your legs to tabletop. Now, neutral or imprint, whichever one you prefer. From here, head stays down, arms go straight by your hips, and resist them up. So that was about a 9-minute jump, which if you said you were doing a 9-minute jump in a beginner class, it would feel unattainable. But because I broke it up and we took breaks, it really wasn't that bad. Last 4. Keep those abs drawn in. Remember, sometimes it's very hard to keep your legs in tabletop, especially after a jump segment. So if you need to, cross your ankles or bring your knees closer to your chest. Last 2. On this next one, hold your arms by your hips. From here, bend your elbows in for a tricep. Press it down. Okay. Squeezing those legs together. Trying to keep those collarbones open on that carriage mat underneath you. Last 2 here. Next time your arms are down by your hips, flip your palms. We're going out to T-press, so press your arms to a T, resist them back in. Think about squeezing your hands underneath your glutes. Last 4. Next time your hands come down by your sides, hold them there. Float your arms up to the clouds. Bring your feet to that jump board. Drop your knees from side to side. When you're ready, coming into a little bit of more ab work here. Arms are coming up to the clouds. Go ahead, draw your legs into tabletop. Now from here, I want you to bring your arms down by your side. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Find your curl up. Reach those arms long towards that jump board. Single leg stretch here. Extend one leg out over that jump board. Pull it in. Alternate from side to side. Reach that leg long over that jump board and pull it in. Keep those abs drawn in. Hands are reaching long towards the jump board. Shoulders are back and down away from your ears. Last two. Both legs come in for double leg stretch. Both legs out and pull it in. Anytime you need to put your head down, you put it down. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Knees come in, arms come up, feet come to the jump board. Go ahead, drop your knees from side to side. And we are slowly going to be coming up, doing a spring change again. So I'm going to go ahead, drop my straps back into the well because we're coming into another jumping section. I'm coming off my carriage. I am taking my yellow spring off, so coming down to one red spring only. This is where I'm going to grab my yoga block. I prefer a yoga block versus a ball underneath my neck when I'm jumping. So ball can go away, and I am going to be jumping. I'm going to be jumping on my right side, lying on my left side. So whatever side you want to jump to first, that is fine. Coming into single leg jumping here. So from here, you want to find your back down towards the carriage mat, your bottom towards the carriage mat. Your bottom leg is going to be tucked under. Your top leg is your jumping leg. All right, so you want to make sure your hips are your hip and knee is parallel to the leg underneath it. Now, from here, we're just going to bend and press to begin. So same thing here. You're going to start jumping off lightly. You're going to try to land toe ball heel. So you want to keep that leg hip height or higher. Don't let it drop low. So hip height or higher. And you want to land toe ball heel. This is not an aggressive jump. Okay, you want to get the form correctly before the power. So you want to make sure you're reaching that hip long. Your obliques are lifted off the carriage and you're jumping toe ball heel. Now you can point or flex that foot. The minute I start thinking about it, my foot cramps, so I usually don't cue it either. My biggest concern is that your knee doesn't drop low. If you're feeling comfortable here, I want you to slowly lift that leg up and bring it down. Doesn't have to be big. I want you to land it correctly. Keep that hip distance. Last 5. Last one. Beautiful. Bring it in. Just bend and press it out, relaxing it here. I know that glute is talking, but we're giving it a break right now. Just bend and press, giving it a moment. We're almost done with this side. All right, from here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start bouncing again, start jumping, keeping that leg hip distance. Don't let it fall. We're going to go ahead, kick that leg forward, sweep it back. So you don't have to bring it very far if you don't feel comfortable. Again, you want to try to make contact with that heel on the jump board. Last 5. Last 1. Beautiful. Go ahead, extend yourself out with both legs. Now, I just want you to bend and press. So relax that glute a little. I know it's been working. We're going to go into what I like to call a little mermaid's tail. So from here, you're just going to jump, squeeze those obliques together, bend and press. Squeeze, bend and press. Squeeze, bend and press. 10 more. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring it on in, and you can slowly come up and sit on that carriage and give yourself a glute stretch right here. Push into the bottom of your foot. It goes deeper into that stretch. Excellent. And when you're ready, we're coming over to the other side. So coming on, my backside is going to be to you. My left leg is now the jumping leg. My right leg is now going to be my stability leg. So bringing my bottom all the way back. Top leg is my jumping leg. So from here, when you're ready, just bend and press. And you can start jumping off when you feel comfortable. So you remember, you want to try to keep that leg parallel. Reach that leg long out of the hip so you have the oblique off the carriage mat. You want to try to get your heel down with every jump. We'll keep reaching that leg long out of the hip. We're going to start lowering and lifting that leg. If you're ready, when you're ready, lift the leg up, try to land it. Does not have to be high. You really want to push off through that heel though. So get that heel down. That's where the power comes from, is that heel. Last 5. And Just bend and press. We got 1, 2 more sets. We're almost there. Hit that glute if it needs to be hit. All right, so we're going to have that kick forward. So when you're ready, just start little tiny jumps. When you're ready, if you have kick it forward, land it down. This is where you got to watch that leg, that it doesn't fall lower than the hip. Ten. Last 5. Last one. Slowly bring it in. Beautiful. Extend both those legs out. Just bend and press here. Restack those hips. When you're ready, we got little mermaid tails. So you're going to push away, lift both legs, land it, lift. Squeeze through those obliques. Try to get your heels down. I caught myself. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. Bring it all the way in. And you can slowly come on up. Sit yourself on up and give yourself a glute stretch on that side. Go ahead, press into the bottom of that foot so that foot doesn't sickle and it goes deeper into that glute. Excellent. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take that yoga block off. We're done with it. We are going to find our straps, put them up on the loops. And we are changing our spring to 1 yellow and 1 blue. So that's 1 medium and 1 light. I'm going to come facing my tower. My feet are coming onto the headrest, and I am grabbing my straps. My hands are coming into the short loops. Hands are coming down by my sides. My shoulders are going to be back and down. From here, we're going to just straight arm press behind our hips and resist it forward. So think about somebody pulling a string from the crown of your head, making your spine longer every time you push those hands behind your waistline. Last 2. Next time your hands are back, I want you to hold them there. I want you to take your gaze, look towards the right, bring it back to center, look towards the left, bring it back to center, release the arms. Again, pull the arms back. Now this time look to the left, bring it back to center, look to the right, bring it back to center, and release. 2 more times. Bring those hands back, look to the right, bring it to center, look to the left, bring it to center, and bring it back. 1 more time here. Bring those hands back, look to the left, center, right, center, and back. Beautiful. Relax those shoulders. Go ahead, bring your elbows up, soft bend in the knees, coming in for a bicep press. Resist it back. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. You're sitting up nice and tall. Elbows are quiet in space. We are trying to keep everything quiet except hinging at that joint. Last two. Next time those arms are long, hold them there. Go ahead, flip the palms. Now from here, extend those legs long. You're going to bring knuckles to knuckles. Shoulders are coming wide. From here, I want you to tilt your pelvis, roll yourself back. Now from here, I want you to open your arms out to the side, drop the shoulders away, rotate the forearms back in, knuckles to knuckles, and sit yourself back up. Again, roll yourself down, shoulders back and down. Take those hands, rotate them out to the sides. Pull them back in, knuckles to knuckles, roll yourself up. Last four. Roll down. Draw those abs in, stabilize, shoulders away from your ears. Open those arms. Pull those forearms back together so your knuckles are to knuckles. Draw those abs in and roll yourself, stack the spine. Last two. Roll yourself down. Draw those abs in. Open those arms out. Bring that shoulder away from your ear. Draw those forearms, knuckles to knuckles. Stack yourself up. Last one. Open the arms out, forearms to forearms. Draw the forearms in, knuckles to knuckles. Stack yourself on up. Beautiful. Dive yourself over and take a moment here. Excellent. All right, we can hang those straps on up. You can go ahead. You can actually put those straps in the well. I am going to grab my headrest. Put our headrest up. It's going to be our last jumping segment. We are taking that blue and yellow off, going to that one single red. And from here, we're going to go ahead, lie ourselves down. So going into a little bit more jumping, laying on our backs, we did our side work. So just want you to feel this carriage. This is the same weight that we were doing our side lying jumps, but a little bit lighter than the weight we were doing when we first started. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to start with that basic home base jump, hips distance apart. So just a basic jump. When you're ready, just go ahead, begin jumping away. Remember, you want to land, toe ball heel. So squeezing those legs, firing up those abs. Light footing on the footboard. So lighter carriage than before. We're going to start, when you're ready, we're going to start doing single leg jumping. So from here, I want you to pick whichever leg you want to bring to tabletop. I'm going to jump on my right leg first. My left leg's going to come to tabletop here. So left leg stays in tabletop. Now it's a single leg jump. So you want to toe ball heel when you land this single leg. So you got your right, which is my left side, is stabilizing myself while my right side is working. Even though stabilizing is a lot of work. Five more on this side. When you're ready, switch to the other side. Right foot comes to table, left leg's jumping. My straps keep getting caught on my track. All right, we have 5 more, and then we're going to start alternating from side to side. When you're ready, switch to the right, switch to the left. Just a nice little pace of a jog here. And you bring the other leg to tabletop as you switch the leg. And you land toe ball heel. Last 4 alternating. When you're ready, double leg, jump. Just taking a small little break here. We got 2 more sets of things to do before we finish the class. So back to hip distant basic jump. Now from here, I want you to start rotating your toes so it's the corners of the room, still staying hips distance though, not heels together. Now, as you begin jumping away, I want you to click those heels together in the air and land them hips distance. So heel beats. Squeezing those inner thighs every time you jump away. Still landing soft and lightly. Keeping those abs working every time you lift your legs into the air. Last 10. And when you're ready, come back to hips distance. Now click the heels together, Pilates V, last set. Jump with your heels together. Try to drop those heels in between. Last 30 seconds, we're almost there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring it in. Go ahead, bounce those legs in and out. And you survived your first jump board class. Once you find your straps and you have your springs on, go ahead, lie yourself down. Grab your straps behind you. Go ahead, put your foot into the long loops. Let's reach those feet up towards the clouds. Beautiful. And from here, you can slowly go ahead, lower and lift towards the jump board. So again, make sure as you're lowering those legs that work's coming from the crease of your seat. Last 4. Next time your feet come down to the bottom, I want you to hold them there. Now your feet are in Pilates V, but instead of doing frogs, I want you to come up towards a wide V. So like draw a V in the air with your feet. So you come to a wide V and then you draw them back to the point of the V towards the jump board.
So Pilates V to wide V as your feet come up to the clouds. Last two. Then we're going to go into a little bit of bow and arrow or Peter Pans. So next time your left leg comes to that wide V, I want you to bend that right knee and your right heel towards your glute. Beautiful. Now bring both legs together to that low V. Now bend the left leg in, extend the right leg out to that straddle. Extend both legs to meet to that low V. Bend the right, straddle the left. Both legs meet in the middle to that low V. Bend the left, straddle the right. You're thinking about bringing that heel towards your abs. Squeeze the heels together, then bring the right heel towards your abs. Squeeze the heels together, activate the inner thighs, then release. Last two. One more on the other side. Both heels come together. Bring your feet back to parallel. Bring them up and around for your circles. Last two. Next time the feet come up to the clouds, I want you to reverse them, bring them down towards the foot board, and bring them up and around towards the clouds. Last two. Next time those feet come up to the clouds, hold them there. Go ahead, flex your feet, drop those straps down towards your knees. You can slowly bring your heels towards your glutes, let your feet find each other, go into that butterfly stretch, open up through that inner thigh. And when you're ready, you can slowly take one foot out of the loop, find the footboard, and take the other loop off. Hang your straps on up and come over to the side of your machine. Beautiful. Just place one hand down on the carriage, lift the other hand straight up to the clouds. I want you to lean over for a little bit of lateral flexion. Reach that arm long. Bring it back up to the clouds. Again, reach the other arm to the clouds and come into lateral flexion on the other side. Reach up and over that waistline. Beautiful. Bring it back up to center. And I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you for joining me for this class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.